because like, I mean, it's part of criticism, is it not?
Yeah.
But I think like one thing that is or rather where I have felt like I was confused or lost is finding that space to confidently say, look, you're whack. Because even in intimate spaces, someone may not have the courage to say, look, you said that I'm whack. Like, what were you addressing? What were you talking about?
Yes.
And this is how I felt about it.
Yes.
You know, some people aren't like that. Even if like they're like close friends, some people just don't have that courage.
Yeah, sure. So I think here's the thing, bro. Particularly with CHH in South Africa, that's who we're talking to.
Mm-mm.
So we know there's a lot of us, right? We know that there's a lot of us putting out music, so we can safely say we are a movement, we're a nation, we're a community. We can safely say that, right? But I think there's a number of factors that make it hard, right, to call people whack. And here are these number of factors. The first factor is that if there's 100 of us, okay, there's probably 50 of us who put out music, right? In the 50, there's probably 25%, right, or 25 rather, who put out music consistently. And in the 25,
there's 10.
There's probably 10, right?
They take out legit.
Who no, not quite, but who put out music, videos, have shows. You know what I mean? And out of the 10, there's probably like 5, right, who can safely say we built a career and this is where we're going. There's a trajectory, right? So it makes it seem like the number is so small, right, that if you say somebody's whack, it sounds like you say you're better than them. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, why? Oh, because you have that or that or that or that. You know what I mean? Because you've done this and done that and done that. So automatically it makes it seem like, oh, you're saying I'm whack because you've done what. You know what I mean? Because I'm saying if you take outside of Christian hip hop in general, the pool is bigger. You know what I mean? So people can go anywhere and the audience can pick 10 different, not even 10, like let's say 100 different artists. And if people who listen to artist number 100, right, say that artist number 1 is whack, and this is not a matter of value, I'm just putting them out of numbers. People would be like, no, it's fine. There's enough people listening to artist number 100, right? So if you think he's whack, that's on you. But for us, the number's so small. You know what I mean? That if I say Zealous is whack, the whole community shakes because it's just like, that's more. You know what I mean? If all 100 of us in Christian hip-hop released music, maybe people won't catch feelings. But because there's a small number that is consistent in putting out stuff, if I say you whack, like the whole thing shakes. You know what I mean? Because it's like, what standard are you using to say that I'm whack? And it is. It's like, yeah, Vele, what standard am I using? Because there's only like 5 of us. So if these are the 5 people that are consistently putting out stuff, and then are we saying like, yeah, who's to say that there is a standard? And there is, but I think that's my general feeling. Why it's hard to say Christian hip hop is whack. Because it feels very close, very intimate, very personal. So if you say somebody's whack, the whole community feels it.
Bro, okay, I hear you, man. I hear you. I think you opened up a new conversation. Well, not a new.
My illustration might have like people might have been lost in the illustration, but I hope I made sense.
No, look, you did, bro. So basically, you are saying that because we are small in number, we like the effect of having to tell someone that they work or someone that they work is big.
My point, bro. Yeah, let me say it this way.
Yeah.
Casper says AKA is whack. Right? AKA says Casper's whack.
Yeah.
Right? The only reason South African hip hop shakes is because they're at the top. Right? But and that's the only reason. That's the only reason. And it doesn't shake the foundations of hip hop.
Yeah.
It just, like, there's vibrations because it's like, oh, there's beef, ooh, whatever. But people can let Casper and AKA do their own thing while they listen to Questa, while they listen to Black Les, while they listen to their Les, while they listen to Reason, you know what I mean? So it's like, they can go have their own thing up there. And I'm not saying that we beefing when we say we whack. I'm just using the numbers as an example. So they can say I'm whack or whatever, and the whole hip hop community feels the effects in that it seems like there's beef, but it doesn't shake the foundations. Because there's a lot of other rappers, you know what I mean, that people can pick from. So if you think AK is like, that's on you, whatever, we don't care. We can go listen to Pretty Ugly, Big Star Johnson. We can go listen to Shabzy. We can go listen to Shane Eagle. We can go listen to Reason. We can go listen to Questa. That's on you, you know what I mean? But for us, if I say Zelis is whack,
they don't have a lot of options to go.
It shakes the foundations, bro. Because it's like, how? But like, this thing is small and we're all building together.
Yeah.
And if you say one of us is whack, again, because of the connotations that people would assume it comes with.
Yeah.
And that's what we said earlier on. Let's actually sit down and have conversations. Tell me what you mean that I'm whack.
Yeah.
But because already when you get that, you're thinking of the cultural connotations. It shakes everything up, bro.
Yeah.
That's my point.
So now, let me ask this question then.
Yeah.
Do we? And this is a question to everyone then. You know, everyone that's listening as well. Do we have foundations in CHH and SA then?
I think that's what we're trying to build.
You see, so if we're trying to build foundations in CHH, right?
Yeah. There is a cornerstone.
Yeah, obviously, cornerstone, weak made strong. Okay, anyway, right?
Yeah.
But I'd like to believe that with building, if we're building a house, you need to build, like, obviously the foundation before you build the entire structure, above the surface of the ground, right? Yeah. And there's a lot of groundwork that isn't nice in building that foundation,
not
right?
Nice,
people get hurt, right?
Hey.
Right?
Yeah.
So could it be that maybe also in the process of us building this foundation, that we may need to take some heat ourselves before we can build a foundation for ourselves that can, you know, withstand the storms, withstand the hurricanes, the tornadoes,
and that's true, bro. I mean, when we were speaking at the Grid last year, and I used just South African hip hop as an example of how they united, made noise, and, you know what I mean? Around that time, 2001, 2002, 2003, these conversations that we're having now, they were having then. You know what I mean? I remember when Amu dropped Rap, Life and Drama, and there was a song where he was speaking about that, like, you know what I mean, people calling him whack, and he was like, yo, but look at what I've done for the culture and whatever. And obviously that's not the approach we're gonna take. The reason why I'm bringing that example is that they were having these conversations.
Sure.
And fast forward, you know what I mean, 15 plus years later, they have a foundation, and because they did have those tough conversations, and I think we should have those tough conversations if we're gonna have a house that's gonna stand. And again, it's not to break people down, but it's for the sake of saying, hey, we can do this thing better. And again, it's what we've always said. It's we're not saying that we God. If we need to be corrected at any point, even in these conversations, holla. Right? Because we're concerned about how this thing is going to grow. And we want to be authentic and honest in being part and parcel of building this thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, I want people to, like, rap. I want to hear, like, music. I want to hear good music, you know? I wouldn't, like, if someone is rapping and I know that they're rapping and they're intentional about their career as an artist, you know, I'd like to believe that, look, they really want to invest as much time as they can in their art, you know? And, like, I want to hear more music from people, you know? I enjoy seeing people grow, you know? And I mean, some, like, the unfortunate part of the process of growing is that sometimes you may not like the pain that comes with growing. You know,
sure.
When a child is teething, it's painful. You
Sure.
know? But at the end of the day, they're teething because they need teeth to eat meat, you know, to
grow up.
And I mean that's also where like, I mean, if we were to speak of the role of the parent, you know, the parent wants the child to grow, but even in their desire of wanting their child to grow, there's pain that comes with that, you know. So I want to hear more music from people. I want to hear good music. I want to enjoy having to speak about people releasing songs and singles and all of that, you know. But I want to do that also with a good standard, you know. I don't want to cringe when I'm like, you know, now we have to say that someone is good when they're not really good because we don't want to crush their spirit, you know.
Or because there's not a lot to pick from.
Or there's not a lot.
That
to
is
pick
a sad
from,
place to be, bro.
right?
That is sad, bro.
Right? When you don't have a lot of, when you don't have options.
Yeah, it's sad. I don't want to say you dope because there's no options. That is sad, bro. Don't say I'm dope just because there's no options. Like, that's not good for me as an artist. It doesn't help me grow. You know what I mean? If the thing is whack, it's whack. And here's the thing. Maybe that's what we should talk about next. It's just the standard. What qualifies a track to be whack, or what qualifies a track to be dope? And there might be subjective nuances. And I say subjective because all of us as people will interpret music differently.
Exactly, yeah.
So I can't appreciate entirely those subjective nuances because I can't speak for everyone. I can speak for myself. But there's objective standards that anywhere in the world you'd go and you'd put a track and people would be like, this track is dope, right? And what makes that universal? When we say music is a universal language, what are the standards that make it universal?
Sure. I mean? Yeah, I like that, bro. I like that.
So maybe that's the thing that we should talk about. What is the standard?
Yeah.
What makes a track dope? What makes it whack?
I think we already touched on the standard a little bit.
Okay.
When we had slight reviews, you know.
Yes.
When we were reviewing I think albums and just songs or singles that had been released.
Yes.
But I mean, we spoke on certain aspects of obviously mixing, recording, mastering, and just, I mean, artwork. Yes. There's a basic standard to it, you know. And I mean, I like the fact that you pointed out that we're all different, so there's going to be some subjective responses to that.
Yeah, bro.
But there's a standard that even if you don't like the song, you can still say, okay, they put in the work. Like, we can hear these guys. Actually, you know what? I don't understand this kind of music or this beat, but I can hear that if I were to play it to someone that actually likes this kind of music, they will enjoy it. They'll milk it.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, we can revisit those things again for those that may have forgotten how we reviewed the previous albums that we